Now, these were built over the course of a generation by an endless supply of slave labor. Oddly enough, the pharaohs of the time, much like ourselves, were greatly concerned with the crime rate. The tombs were particularly vulnerable because the Egyptians buried vast caches of treasure along with their dead royalty. So aside from being visually impressive with their bulk and simplicity, the tombs are also a marvel of engineering skills, built to withstand the onslaught of thieves. And by the way, it's said that some of the engineers who built the pyramids were sealed up in their own creations to protect the integrity of the tomb. Fortunately, today's architects are spared that particular indignity. Lights, please. Next week, we'll move rapidly into the Baroque period, and probably more rapidly into our first exam. Now, those of you with failing grades will be permanently entombed, at least as far as this class is concerned. Thank you.
Well, I don't know, you know.
You had an interest in scholarly pursuits, Lieutenant?
Well, actually, I just came by to ask you a few questions. Say, that stuff about burying those Egyptians, is that true?
According to some experts.
Gee, I find that interesting. I mean, particularly for a fella in my line of work.
Why?
Well, you know, the idea of burying a body in a place where you can't find it. If I ever murdered anybody, that's what I would do.
Well, not many people have access to the pyramids, Lieutenant.
Oh, you wouldn't put them in the pyramids today. No, today you'd have to find another place like, gee, I don't know, you'd have to,
Like the foundation of a building?
You know, now that you mention it, that would be a terrific place. I mean, you put a body under a building, you wouldn't find it for 100 years.
I'll keep that in mind, Lieutenant, in case I killed somebody. Now, if you'll get to your questions, I haven't had any dinner.
Gee, you know, neither have I. I can offer you some raisins.
No, thank you.
I'll tell you why I came by.
Would you get that board for me?
Oh, certainly. Yeah. I came by because I'm still looking into the disappearance of this, Bo Williamson fella.
Disappearance. So Goldie's got you convinced now, huh?
No, not necessarily. Oh, by the way, I stopped by your office because I wanted to talk to you. I couldn't help noticing that smashed-up model of Williamson City.
What about it?
Nothing. I was just wondering how it got broken.
Why do I have the feeling that you already know the answer to that question?
Well, your secretary did say something about Mr. Williamson coming in there, and she said he was kind of mad, and he kind of threw things around.
There's a perfectly simple explanation, Lieutenant. Bo was angry, and for good reason. We went ahead on the project without his permission. It was very undiplomatic of us.
I see. Us. Oh, you mean you and his wife?
Yes, well, Jennifer's an admirer of my work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she told me that. Yeah, I got a problem.
I'll get it.
Thank you.
In any event, Bo came back from his trip, and he saw the plans. It took him by surprise. Bo is a volatile Texan. And when he gets angry, well, it shows. Fortunately, when I explained the project to him, he was delighted.
I see. Happy ending, huh? Mm. But, won't his disappearance interfere with your plans to move ahead?
Are we really back to that? Lieutenant, all the evidence indicates that he simply left the country.
Well, we did find his car at the airport.
There you are. That should prove it.
It should, yeah. But you know, we checked out every flight list, and there wasn't one Williamson on it.
Lieutenant, Bo is, he's a high-powered tycoon. He's got exotic business interests all over the world. Now, isn't it just possible, for reasons not known to us, that he might occasionally fly under a different name?
Yes, that is possible.
Then I wouldn't worry about it. Now, if you'll excuse me, a very hungry architect would like to get himself some dinner.
You know what's the funny thing about that car? Car's got a tape machine in it, and the glove compartment is full of cassettes. Every one of them is country and western music. That's all. And his wife tells me this man doesn't listen to anything else.
Nothing unusual about that.
No, except the radio dial was set at 52. Classical station. Turned it on, classical music.
I see.
You want a half a candy bar?
No.
Anyway, it seems that whoever was driving that car must have been listening to classical music. It's confusing.
I'm sure you'll find an answer, Lieutenant.
I'm certainly going to try. Anyway, thanks for your time. Oh, as for your designs, Mr. Williamson did give you his approval, didn't he?
I already told you, Lieutenant. As soon as he got over his anger, he gave me his full support.
Right. Thanks very much. You know, that's some coincidence.
What is?
That music thing. You're a great classical music fan yourself, aren't you? I saw your record collection down in the office.
Guilty, Lieutenant. I like classical music, along with a few 100,000 other people in this city.
Me too. I like it myself. Enjoy your meal. Just one more thing.